Welcome. You are hanging out with Hab, and this is probably going to be the first and what is more than likely going to be a continuing video catalog, vlog, whatever, series about mental health. And with it, I'm going to be basically bringing you along on my journey to raise awareness for mental health, especially in the African American community amongst our brothers. So, yeah. And I know I gave, I posted a status a couple of weeks ago after my bipolar disorder diagnosis, and just was basically saying like this is the beginning of a new journey for me, and but the important thing, several important things, but one of the important things to me is that, while I myself am getting help, I can help other people who, who need it, or those who are afraid to reach out. And that's kind of where I want this, this journal to be applied, because the stigma within the African American community when it comes to mental health and our men is, it's what it is, and there's no denying it. But I am of the belief that we can destroy that stigma and help people find the resources that they need to get the help that they need. I was fortunate enough to, I served in the Coast Guard and in my VA benefits, and as a quick aside, I just want to say how pleasant my VA experience was. Like, I've heard all the horror stories and, the waiting for 4 hours and this and that and the third, but the VA where I was diagnosed and I saw my first psychiatrist, the service was great. I had an awesome experience. So shout out to the Kernersville branch of the VA, K Vegas. But for my diagnosis, I got some medication, and again, this is a new journey, and I'm very excited. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why. For like the last 15, maybe 20 years, and my bipolar disorder is characterized by very high impulsivity, and an almost inability to not follow my impulses. Oh snap, it's a squirrel. I wonder where you're going. You see? No, but for the last 15 to 20 years, there have been instances, many instances where, my impulses just leave me, or I find myself in situations that the normal people, average or whatever, I find myself in situations where most people would, maybe poop their pants, but always kind of seem to come out unscathed. And then at the end, I'm like, why did I do that? And so, just pouring over the last 15 to 20 years and a lot of the major decisions that I made in my life or whatever. And I've always had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, yo, why did you do that? And so when I got my diagnosis, not the happiest day of my life, but, I was fairly happy because I had answered the question that I asked myself a million times over the last 2 decades. Like, why did you do that? I had my answer. So, and, it just kind of put a lot of things in perspective. And if I could analyze it, like a good analogy would be like you're in a house and like all the light switches are on, everything is plugged up and on, but the main breaker hasn't been flipped on. And so, if you know anything about electricity, you know that main breaker, nothing works until you flick it on. And so, like, the analogy that I really associate with this is, again, all the lights on, flipped on, everything plugged up and on, but the main switch is not on. And then finding out, I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. It kind of just flipped the main breaker on and all the lights and everything plugged up came on. It's like, oh, well, that answers that, that answers that, that answers that, that answers that. And, it's a little overwhelming. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's good. It's very good, and if you are a overthinker like I am, unanswered questions are like the worst, because, if you can't figure it out, it's like, man, you beat yourself up. And I did often, rack my brain, beat myself up, asking myself, why? Why'd you do that? But like I said, I got the answer. So, I'll have some more for y'all because I really want you all to come along on this journey with me as we explore mental health and try to raise awareness in the Black community amongst our men, and just kind of let them know, you're not alone. It's okay to get help. You are not any less of a man if you ask for help. It is okay to cry. Your manhood does not lose points. If anything, makes you more of a man, makes you stronger. So, I'll see y'all again soon. Hanging out with Hab.